Hey everyone, welcome back to Fate Stay Night Remastered with JerganJaze. We are in basically a emergency mode crisis at the moment. Uh, Currently, basically surgery is happening where Shirou's magic circuits are being transplanted over into Saber's body at the moment. Done, facilitated by Rin, of course, because there's no way Shirou would be able to do this on his own. But that does mean Shirou is giving up magic for the rest of his life, inevitably. Um, and it also isn't looking too great for our boy Archer. We've not really heard anything from him, so the chances of him being dead are growing ever more at each passing moment. So, without further ado, let's go on ahead and get into it for today. Dot dot dot. My consciousness sinks deeper into her. Myself swirls and converges, invading her as a solid crystal, pulsing hot breath. Our hearts, not our bodies, touch. What is this, a romance novel? Shiro. Her voice rings out like a bell, and in response, my essence escapes my physical body. Whee! Is that what you look like, Shiro? My senses are transformed. I am now what's it called? The fairy from Zelda that's like, hey, hey, listen, hey. That one. I now look like it. I have no hands, no legs, no self, but I continue on in this bare state. Time seems to flow backward. Instead of flying, I feel as if I'm being left behind. Transformer sounds. Autobots roll out. I accelerate. The body, persona, order, law. I become an arrow, shattering every barrier around me, destroying the boundaries that separate one person from another. Sparks race along the circuit. I freeze in the ecstasy of reaching the speed of light. Oh, my clothes got blown off. Whoa, what's this techno world? I'm guessing this is his circuits. I'm trying to show his circuits. Isn't he supposed to just have one? Why does it look like he has like a whole jungle inside of him? Oh, I just noticed the little him falling. Right there. Okay. They say a person's life flashes by in a single instant. The flashbacks are cruel. Every instant passes by in the blink of an eye. I can't look at it directly, so find myself going emotionally numb. So this is a mental journey. I'm reminded just how comforting our physical bodies, our anchors, can be. I visualize the foundation of magic. The human operation is quantified. All right, I feel like we're just being a little with the line the human operation is quantified. I feel like we're being a little much, a little melodramatic, don't you think? Hundreds of institutions, millions of joints form a circle. The endless complex patterns are in fact just a highway formed by simple repetition. Yeah, we're getting a little too poetic, bud. All heading into the vastness of the future. It's like a vehicle of some kind. All right, we get it. Some kind heading toward a darkened city of light. Here, in the present, my thoughts pass by at the speed of light. Meow. Meow. Eternity passes in an instant. Okay, bud. I pass through the last boundary. I break open, what is it? The eighth gate in Naruto of death. I break through and I am inside her. I see a glimpse of Altria's magic circuits, not my own. Freaking like a labyrinth inside of her, probably, compared to you. If you already look like a corn maze, she got a lot more going on. Uh, the changes are extreme. The speed and light of the world vanish all at once. Here it is, dark. here it is, heavy. The pressure of it pushes against my bodiless form. The air is so thick, I may as well be underwater. My body sinks, feeling only the agony of being clamped in a vice. Oh! The path is deep, and I can't see the bottom. Oh, it's Bikini Bottom. That was awful pun. That doesn't even need. Ah, I hate that I made that joke. I'm sorry. You can unsubscribe. It's okay. I understand. I feel myself fall through the thick twilight, plummeting deeper into an even denser darkness. It seems impossible that, just a moment ago, I traveled 10,000 miles in the blink of an eye. Now, even going a single mile seems like it would be an arduous, eternal journey. I feel neither light nor hope. Are these really Saber's magic circuits? They're completely different from mine. The shape of the circuits, the number of pathways, all that differs from person to person, but this is anything unlike anything else. This isn't a matter of scale or ability. Saber's magic circuits are fundamentally different than a mage's. Meaning... what? Oh, they look like veins instead of literal circuits? The path rumbles. Every time it does, my tiny self nearly shatters. Man, they went all... fight scenes and stuff. Nah, we're not gonna make that. I mean, actually, the Rider versus Saber, they did a good bit of visuals for it, but like sometimes some of the tense scenes that you would think they would have so many visuals for, they're like, nah, just a couple. Then meanwhile, it's like we're having magical surgery done. All of it, all the visuals, go, 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 make them. All of our budget towards this one thing. I don't know what Saber's magic circuits are like, but I can tell the sympathizing magecraft is functioning properly. This is not a failure. The dark, heavy pressure of this place doesn't seem like Saber, but it's also not an impure place. It's brimming with life. The flowing air is blood in a swirl of magical energy. I realize I've forgotten to breathe. I haven't needed to. Sinking is painful, but it's not life-threatening. It just feels like it. I look up into the darkness I've sunken into, but I seem to be past the point of no return. I can't see anything in this darkness. I'm submerging gradually, but the distance ahead is infinite. Ooh, blood clots. Yum, yum, yum. The air grows even heavier. My rate of descent slows yet again. I squint into the darkness. Ooh. Hold on. That's a good thumbnail image, so I'm just letting myself get that. Alright. The seemingly endless road doesn't have an end. I feel the heat of Saber's body. I feel her every breath so close. The final destination. That's a different final thing, but the final countdown came to mind. I reached the source of Saber's magic circuits, the center of her mental world. Her brain! Is it just going to be a picture of her brain? But what I see is beyond my capacity to understand. I mean, the brain, the human brain is beyond... Isn't it weird that the human brain is beyond human capacity to understand? Unless, like, you know, obviously years of studying. And even then, those guys, like, I mean, like, we don't know everything about the human brain. So, like, even then, we don't know. You don't have the capacity to understand. It's not something you can just look at and be like, yep, I get how the meat computer works now. It's the core of a star. I've reached the embodiment of some impossible scorching heat breathing from the depths of the earth. Oh, so you went to hell? Question mark? The fiery red surface swirls, and then there's a splash like a stagnant mud. It's also good. I don't know, maybe some of these images I'm going to use in future thumbnails. Thumbnailing is something that I really like to do, but I have definitely not figured out a style or something that consistently works well from video to video, because probably a lot of y'all know this, but when it comes to like making a YouTube video, the actual the content inside of the video, like does matter, obviously. I don't think you guys would be, a lot of you that have been pretty consistently watching me now for all these 50 parts or so, like, the content of the video does matter, but, like, to actually get people to click on it, you do have to have good title and thumbnail. Title, I know I suck at a lot of the time, but thumbnail, like, I think a lot of my thumbnails are good. They're just not consistent, if that makes sense. At the bottom there lurks a giant shadow. Anyway, that's just something I'm figuring out. It's kind of a fun thing to learn. Its fiery eyes fix on tiny intruder. Whether its master gave the intruder permission to enter or not, it is still a foreign invader. In the face of this core, my own consciousness is barely a mote of dust to disturb its function, or a piece of wood to feed its fire. ... I gulp. Gulp. Even though I have no throat to swallow with. Then how do you gulp? I walk, but I have no legs. I climb, but I have no arms. I take in the entire scene. I feel heat, but I have no nerves. These are Saber's magic circuits. A heart beyond anything human, so different from ours, which we imagine as lines and circuits. This is a reactor core. If a mage's body is a machine for creating magical energy, then what I am seeing now is an entire factory. But the core is inactive. The key that should activate the core, the spark of power to bring the whole thing to life, has been cut off. What's the key? Despite the overwhelming ability this core has to produce massive amounts of magical energy, it lacks the initial charge to activate itself. It floats overhead. A stagnant sea of fuel. No matter how much undulated magical energy fills this endless space, it's useless. It needs to ignite. Even a tiny spark could do the trick. So long as the pathway for magical energy is connected, the core will roar back to life. And to do that, something beyond human knowledge awakens. Rawr! Lucifer just pops up. Hey guys! Pathways running over the lake of magical energy begin to swirl. Red air explodes upward in a raging pillar. Is this what it is like to stand in a thundercloud? Whoa! Is that a dragon? Got really loud. It is a dragon. Like Arthur Pendragon. So intense is the roar of the raging waves that I don't even properly hear it. Really? You didn't hear that? I couldn't hear anything but that. My poor audience probably couldn't even hear my voice. In the same way something too massive can't be properly seen, the roar is its own kind of silence to me. What appears at the heart of that blazing core is the embodiment of every threat mankind carries in their hearts. Rah! That was a terrible sound, sorry. I got 6 wings. Oh wait, just 1 wing, it's just really big. We decided to use multiple images to show it for some reason. It has been said that the king is a red dragon that symbolizes Britain. Phantasmal blood runs in their human veins, the child of a sacred star. Da, 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 da. A dragon. Rawr. A ruler, the symbol of so many phantasmal species, objects of both awe and fear. The pinnacle of all beasts, appearing at times as a demon, at times a god. This is what lies in Saber's subconscious. In otherworldly, gosh, this music's so loud. In otherworldly form suits the servant said to be the best. I mean, I love the music, but chill. Cauldron opens. Hold on. I at least decided to turn down how loud it was in the recording for you guys. The cauldron opens. Vicious fangs are all I see. There can be no resistance. Humans, which pale to insignificance? What? Pale insignificance? Is what you mean? Before this, could even defend against it. No human intelligence could ever conceive of a way to escape. Rawr! These are terrible sound effects. Oh, it must be famished. It devours its prey, which would normally seem as inconsequential as motes of dust with its bloodshot eyes. I don't think that's how dragon teeth work. I'm at a complete loss for words. I really don't think being skewered... I mean, like, you're gonna get impaled by a tooth, right? But it's not tons of skewers, like thin skewers going through you. I wonder, why do we not eat living meals? It's obvious. We cannot bear to see our food alive. We prefer fresh food, but rarely do we eat anything alive, because we feel it's cruel for our food to suffer. Also, it's because there's lots of diseases that you can get in it. In other words, killing the meat we consume before we eat it is our way of preserving its dignity. A scream of rage tears its way through my throat. Throat, not throat. Throat, not throat. I forget who I am and roar like a beast. Hoorah! I try to appeal to the beast. The hatred builds within me. My only resistance is bearing my emotions. I beg for mercy like a crucified sinner as I ground a meal. Okay, sinners aren't the people that get crucified, by the way. That was just any Roman prisoner or criminal. My consciousness grows hazy and muddled. Every purpose and meaning in my life falls away. Any hope of retaining my sanity is as long gone as creation itself. Gosh, she's so dramatic this episode. The pain, the pressure, they're far, far too much. And then, when I came to see it, only as a monster. Oh. Even once I've learned of this hell, I believe I could endure it. The image of Saber, her head hanging low, comes back to me. ... Also, for some reason, I'm imagining her shirtless. That's really important. I recall the meaning of this pain. That meaning drives me forward. It is a literal, painful reminder of what I came here to do. I draw in a deep breath and let go of my resistance. Ah! It's not the dragon's fangs I should be fighting, but the pain twisting through me. I'm not here to run from the pain. I'm here to save her pain, to live up to the trust she's placed in me time and time again. And so, I'm here to give her the best thing that I, who has no hope of fighting, can give. The pain is indescribable. I can't reach out to my ground down consciousness. My pain is indescribable, yet I somehow found this long, drawn-out metaphor way of a dragon of biting into me and killing me that definitely describes the pain. But no, it's indescribable. I can't reach out to my ground down consciousness. A ground down? What do you mean ground down consciousness? I hone my awareness like a blade, silently, as if I were asleep. Here, eternity is but an instant. As long as I can endure this pain, even for an instant, my consciousness will remain. Alright then. I won't let myself feel an ounce of fear. I mean, it's okay if you feel fearful, that's just what you do about it. I shall dedicate this pain to you, who will be the one to fight. I wonder what the anime does for this scene. Like how dramatic it gets. Oh, sorry. The pain instantly fades. Well, I thought you said the pain was an eternity. The red dragon is gone and my consciousness gradually floats back to the surface. Am I weightless because I lost something? As if I'm floating back up to the water's surface, I feel myself begin rising up, above the reactor. But wait, there's something I want to check before... What is there for you to check? What do you know about this? It's so warm. A dull, throbbing hum issues from the reactor as it burns with a golden light. The elaborate magic circuits shine with a rainbow hue and begin their circulation. Oh, I also know why the music is so loud. I turned up like my headset volume last night because I'm replaying Doom Eternal for myself before I play Doom the Dark Ages. Um, and I just love feeling immersed in that game and hearing the sound design is so satisfying. That obviously like the music composition is on point. Mick Gordon's a beast, but the fire is lit. I may be an untrained amateur of a mage, but today I filled my role as my lord. I surrender my body to the wind and float upward. Oh, was that her? Like, way before. I catch a glimpse of a distant memory. A figure holding a sword and a figure standing in a grassy field as it dances in the wind. Which one did I find reminiscent? Reminiscent. Come on. Transplant Shirou's magic circuit into Saber. Like, yeah. Achievement unlocked. ... So, do you get 100% of the... I'm not a big person for, like, 100% in games, but I'm just wondering, like, just by playing the game naturally, do you get 100% in this? I feel sunlight on my eyelids and slowly open them. I can check on Steam later. That was more of a rhetorical question. I mean, if you want to tell me, go ahead, tell me, but... Dazed and confused, I check over my own body. My arms and legs are fine. I don't see any wounds. Maybe the pain faded the moment I was able to endure it. My physical wounds, and even the mental scars, seem to have been healed. Oh, Shirou! I hear a weak voice from under me. Huh? The feeling of her soft skin immediately makes me realize who's speaking and the position we're in. It's like the scene in My Dress Up Darling, where Gojo and Kitagawa go to the frickin' hotel and they decide to climb into some odd positions just to get some camera shots. Like, it's a little... feels a little reminiscent. Ouch. Saber is lying on the bed with her blouse in disarray, while Tohsaka is sleeping, cradling her knees to her chest. Tohsaka may be fine, but Saber's been under me like this the whole time. Morning, Saber. Yes. Good morning, Shirou. Could you please sit right back on top of me? I quite enjoyed that, actually. We exchanged awkward pleasantries. You wouldn't talk about, man, do you feel better now that, like, you have magic energy again? You wouldn't talk about any of that? Saber slowly gets up and rearranges her blouse. Crap, we're so embarrassed. We can't even look each other in the eye. This does seem very, as Shirou pointed out the other day, this seems very odd that Saber would kind of have these feelings, since we literally walked in on her in the shower and she was just like, oh, hey, what's up? And, like, acted like it's no big deal, but this is too much. You can already get up, Saber? Yes, I can receive your supply of magical energy now. She seems to be back to her normal self. When I carried her here last night, she was so weak it seemed she might disappear at any moment. But that weakness is gone now. I see. That's a relief. So the magic circuit's transplant worked? Yes. So, would you please put your clothes on, Shirou? I do not know why, but it is difficult speaking to you this way. I wonder if in, the magic circuit kind of getting transplanted, if she inherits any kind of, like any of Shirou's emotional well-being, if that makes sense. So maybe she's now more sensitive to this kind of thing just because of inheriting it. I look down at myself. Oh, right. Yeah, you're right. I'm shirtless. How scandalous of me as a boy. I hastily reach out for my neatly folded shirt. That was nice of Tohsaka to fold it up like that. Wait, no. I did that. Why did I fold it so tight? I don't know. I vividly recall last night's ritual. I connected with Saber and Tohsaka, transplanted my magic circuits deep within Saber. Saber looked like she back to normal. What happened to me? Well, you can't do magic anymore, as previously discussed. Oh, I can also turn the music back up for you guys. Hold on. Where were we at with it? I think it was at about negative 24 decibels. Somewhere in that range. Maybe a little bit higher, but this is fine. Dot dot dot. Tohsaka warned that my body and my mind may not be able to handle the loss of magic circuits, but I don't feel much damage nor any huge sense of loss. I was a little scared, but I checked on my magic circuits myself. The idea of seeing for myself just how much I've lost is terrifying, but we're heading into battle against Berserker. I need to understand my own condition. Well, you're not the one fighting. Huh? I don't know how to explain it. The overall function of my magic circuits feel sluggish, but there doesn't seem to be any obvious damage. I was chewed to pieces, but my magic circuits are still intact. Looks like I'll still be able to do my strengthening magecraft. I see, so that means... I assume the magic circuits I rarely use were the ones Tohsaka took. Oh. I only activate about 1 to 4 circuits when I do strengthening. Since I can't do large-scale magecraft anyway, I've never fully activated all my circuits. So what you're telling me is, like, you could have been, like, great, but you just suck because you just weren't taught right. So she transplanted the circuits I don't use to Saber. Shirou? I closed my eyes to assess the situation. My situation, not yours. This is about me! It seems this won't affect my strengthening magecraft. But the sluggishness, like I'm wading through water, is because my capacity for magecraft has decreased. In exchange, though I feel that I'm connected to something important deep inside myself. I can't tell exactly where it's coming from, but there's a faint line that connects me and Saber. I've gained something truly important in exchange for my lost circuits. I must apologize, Shirou. Saber speaks up from somewhere behind me. I did my best to take as few of your circuits as possible, but even that bare minimum is too much to take from any one person. I have left a scar on you that will never fade, and I cannot apologize enough for that. It's fine, he's a boy, he likes his battle scars. I know whenever I get a scar, or something, a wound that will scar, I'm like, yeah, this is gonna scar, and then I definitely, there's a really deep cut I got on my, the kind of meatier palm part of my thumb. I had a pocket knife going into it and kind of completely butcher it. I almost lost my ability to feel it or move it because of it, because I was so close to cutting the tendon. Great stuff, I know, but it's a scar that I'm constantly like, hey, here, look at this. Granted, it's nothing huge like some people's, but it's still something. But yeah, I wear it with pride. It is my failure. If only I were stronger, more disciplined, I would not have. That's not true. You have nothing to apologize for, Saber. This all happened because I couldn't supply you with magical energy in the first place. Because I'm such a stupid master who couldn't summon you properly. We don't even know how you were summoned. You just kind of spawned in, on your own volition, apparently. That's solved now, though. Now I can give you the magical energy you need without a problem. Yep, now I can finally proudly say that I'm Saber's master. But Shirou... Oh, don't worry about my magic circuits, I didn't use them all anyway. I even feel better without them, actually. ... Saber's expression remains clouded. Crap. I knew now whatever... wait, what? I never knew what to say at times like this. Saber's recovered and I survived, even after the loss of some of my magic circuits. Saber's magic circuits, the dream of light and wind, and Saber in her youth, and on top of that, we spent the night touching skin to skin. Why are we bringing this back up? ... Awkward teenage boy, you need to calm down those thoughts. Calm down, calm down. That's right, calm on down. That was a ritual for our survival. Calming down is the ritual? I need to calm my mind. If I don't focus, I could mess up during battle. Huh? The sleepy rhythm of Tohsaka's breathing halts and she grunts. She just sounds like an old man. What? What's going on? This is my morning voice. Looks like Tohsaka's awake too. Good morning, Rin. Yo, morning, Tohsaka. I see Tohsaka's hair shift, then her head tilts up. She's not a morning person at all, and doesn't look like her usual sharp self at all. Thanks, Tohsaka. It worked. Yes, he's able to supply me with magical energy now, but in exchange, Shirou has... No, I only lost about 30%, so don't worry. I can make do with what I still have. 30%? I did everything I could to minimize what I took, but I still took 30%. I cannot believe my own greed. Why? Can the two of you get over your self-justice selves and get a room together, please? Greedy, you say? I know you were hungry, but I wish you'd have a little bit better manners. Tohsaka joining us helps dispel the awkwardness between Saber and me. I don't know why you are making it awkward. Now we're back to normal. Is that so? Then let's get going. Tohsaka yawns and gets to her feet. It's almost time for battle. Alright, with that, we'll probably get to see the battle, I would imagine, next episode after that really dramatic session. So I'll see you guys later. Until then, hope y'all are doing well. Bye!